the Ottoman Empire, a name whispered in awe and fear. It spread across 3 continents. At its helm stood Suleiman the Magnificent, a brilliant strategist and patron of the arts. Suleiman's reign marked the zenith of Ottoman power. His armies were unmatched. The Ottoman Empire was a force of nature. Suleiman's army was a spectacle to behold. Over 100,000 strong, it was a diverse and formidable force. Janissaries, the Sultan's elite slave soldiers, formed the backbone of the army. They were renowned for their discipline and loyalty, armed with the latest muskets and grenades. Alongside them marched the Sipahis, the Ottoman cavalry, a whirlwind of speed and ferocity. The Ottomans possessed a fearsome weapon, gunpowder. Their cannons were the largest and most powerful of the age. These behemoths could reduce city walls to rubble. The thunder of Ottoman artillery heralded a new era of warfare. It was an era where fortifications crumbled under the weight of firepower. Vienna was no stranger to conflict. Nestled on the banks of the Danube River, it was a vital trade route. It was a crossroads between East and West. For centuries, Vienna had stood as a bulwark against invaders. Its strategic location made it a prize worth fighting for. The Habsburg Emperor, Charles V, knew Vienna must hold. Its fall would open the gates to the rest of Europe. The Viennese prepared for the inevitable onslaught. The city walls were reinforced, bastions were built. Cannons were strategically placed. The defenders knew they were facing overwhelming odds, but they were determined to fight for their city, for their faith, for their very survival. Leading the defense was Niklas Graf Salm, an experienced soldier. He rallied the citizens of Vienna, inspiring them to resist. Men and women, young and old, took up arms. They were determined to defend their homes and their way of life. The Viennese were outnumbered, but they were not outmatched. They knew their city like the back of their hands. Every street, every alleyway would become a battleground. The Ottomans arrived at Vienna's doorstep in late September. They set up camp around the city, a sea of tents stretching as far as the eye could see. The Sultan expected a swift victory. He had not anticipated the tenacity of the Viennese defenders, nor the city's natural defenses. Section 5. Nature lends a hand. Vienna was protected by more than just its walls. Nature itself seemed to conspire against the invaders. The autumn rains arrived early that year, transforming the ground into a muddy quagmire. The Ottoman camp, ill-prepared for such conditions, became a breeding ground for disease. The morale of the Ottoman soldiers plummeted. The rain and mud hindered the Ottomans' most potent weapon, their artillery. The cannons, bogged down in the mud, were unable to reach their full potential. This delay bought precious time for the defenders of Vienna. They used this time to strengthen their defenses and prepare for the inevitable assault. Section 6. Walls of iron, hearts of fire. The Ottoman siege began in earnest. Cannons roared, bombarding the city walls. Thousands of Ottoman soldiers charged, attempting to scale the walls. The defenders met them with a hail of fire. Muskets blazed, cannons thundered, and boiling oil rained down on the attackers. The air was thick with smoke and the stench of gunpowder. The Ottomans attempted to dig tunnels beneath the city walls. Their goal was to undermine the fortifications and create a breach. But the defenders were ready. They countered with their own tunnels, intercepting the Ottoman sappers and engaging in fierce underground battles. Section 7. The unbreakable spirit of Vienna. Despite relentless attacks, the Viennese held firm. Their courage was bolstered by their faith. They believed they were fighting for a righteous cause. Stories of individual heroism spread throughout the besieged city. These tales of bravery, determination, and sacrifice gave strength to the weary defenders. As weeks turned into months, the Ottoman siege faltered. The Sultan, facing dwindling supplies and mounting casualties, grew impatient. The weather worsened, turning the battlefield into a frozen wasteland. The Ottoman dream of conquering Vienna was turning into a nightmare. Section 8. The tide turns, a legacy forged. In a final, desperate gamble, the Ottomans launched a massive assault. They were met with a wall of iron and fire. The attack was repulsed. Demoralized and defeated, Suleiman the Magnificent ordered a retreat. The Siege of Vienna was broken. The failure marked a turning point in European history. The Ottoman Empire's aura of invincibility was shattered. Vienna remained a bastion of Western Christendom. The city's valiant defense saved Europe from Ottoman conquest. The legacy of the siege lives on, a testament to courage and determination. The year 1529 is etched in history as the year Vienna stood firm.